probably a good place to be if you're trying to get out of this cold and wind that we've had for the past couple of days.
Today and yesterday were kind of the indoor days.
Yes.
I think tomorrow and Thursday will be much better for getting out and enjoying the snow that's on the ground.
And it's so funny because we have these temperatures in the 20s. For most of us, that's not really particularly cold.
Right.
It's that wind that drops it that makes us feel like, oh, it's so cold.
Absolutely, and it's been a pretty windy winter.
Yes.
A lot of January was windy too. I pulled the numbers for this winter so far, Chris. Meteorological winter runs from December through February, and this is going to go in the books as a colder than average winter. I don't see any big thaws coming in the next 10 days that would reverse these numbers in any big way. And you compare it to last winter, we're running several degrees colder. You take the high and the low each day and average them together. That's how you get these numbers. So it has been a classic winter around here. It just took a little while for the snow to arrive. Not really for just the last few weeks that we've seen most of the snow. 13 right now in Bangor, 21 in Portland. We're at 17 in Freiburg. The wind is still gusty, gusting to 25 miles per hour in Bangor, about that in Lewiston and Freiburg, and 37 miles per hour in Portland. Now, of course, a lot of you interested in the trend for the wind. Tomorrow, not nearly as windy. Thursday, fairly light wind. And then on the backside of a storm that misses us Thursday night into Friday, it will be a breezy day on Friday, but not quite to the extent we had it earlier. Few flurries and snow showers perhaps across the far north, but most of us have a quiet night tonight. Still blustery through the evening, but by tomorrow morning it's a bit breezy, but not nearly as windy as the last few mornings. Starting in the single numbers tomorrow morning, we do end the day with temperatures that get back into the mid and upper 20s, especially in southern Maine, and upper teens to low 20s in the mountains and far north during the day tomorrow. Now there is another storm. Right now it's developing down over Texas and the deep south. By Thursday morning it's going to be offshore, and usually a storm in this position, we've at least got to watch it, but the signs have been pretty clear that it's going to keep going out to sea. There could be a few flurries that develop in Maine and New Hampshire Thursday night into Friday morning, and I certainly think we'll have more clouds, but the main area of snow should be just offshore. If it were 75 miles northwest, then the coast would get into some more significant snow, but that doesn't look like it'll be the case at this point. Then the storm pulls away, and it looks breezy on Friday with a clearing sky. We have a pretty nice weekend. Sunshine mixing with some mid and high level clouds on Saturday. We get into the low and mid 30s. A weak disturbance on Sunday could bring a flurry. But right now, we're just not in a favorable pattern for storms to come up this way. The jet stream down to our south, unlike the last few weeks. We get a little breather around here. Seas tomorrow 2 to 4 feet with a northwest wind on the water. Lighter winds tomorrow. It's a cold morning. In the afternoon, temperatures still below average, but without the wind, it'll feel better. Clouds from that storm that misses us offshore, maybe a few flurries, and then a nicer weekend. Temperatures get above freezing, so some of the snow and ice that's covering the sidewalks and driveways may do a little melting finally.
And maybe some on the rooftops of cars. I saw your post on social media about a problem with some ice flying off of a truck.
I was dodging some on Route 1, and you know, sometimes people just forget it's there, and a day or two after the storm, that just turns into ice.
And then it starts to rattle as the car goes and it flies, and people may have forgotten, within the last year and a half, I think it was 2023, Maine started a law that said you must clear that snow and ice from the top of your car or face a fine.
Definitely check. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
You're welcome.